Hey, we are reacting, guys, in this video. It's Nandi Mufamadi. I think I've reacted on one of her videos. She's a real estate agent. This video over here, reacted. She was making cold calling and all of that. Now, you can go and check her channel, the Nandi Mufamadi. Ne? You can go and subscribe also if you want. I've already subscribed, ne? And all of that. Now, what I'm going to do is to just play, but I'm going to jump over here and maybe get to this place here. I hope I'm okay there. And then we're gonna listen to what he's actually talking about. I like the title of this video because I've always thought about this, right? Does race matter in real estate? South Africa Realtor. Okay, let's get into the video so that we can hear.
Stressed out. So yeah, this industry or this career is not for the faint-hearted. I will reiterate it and I will say all the time, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not what you see on Selling Sunset. And we've had people join our company and think that it's what they see on Selling Sunset. Selling Sunset is a dream. I wish real estate was as easy as they make it seem on Selling Sunset. It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah, like she's talking about the difficulty of being a real estate agent, and then she mentions the fact that at this moment, because the economy and also the real estate industry is not doing well, people are not selling, people are not buying, and all of that. So she's experiencing some, going down in terms of money and stuff like that. She was even she mentioned reserve, her reserve is actually, going out in a way. Okay. This is the thing, guys, about becoming a real estate agent or about being a real estate agent. Okay, you must know this is very important because it's gonna help you to decide also if you want to do it or not. The industry is actually directed by the markets and how people are buying and how people are selling their properties. If the economy or the interest rate, whatever it is, repo rate, whatever, it's maybe not good. What happens is people who are selling their properties, who've got properties, and because of the interest rates or because of the economy, they are not able to afford that property. They usually want to sell it. And then on the other hand, you have people who are buyers. Also, because of the interest rates and everything like that, they are not willing or they don't want to buy any property at the moment because they can't afford to buy a property. And if they see a property that they like, maybe they are interested to buy, sometimes, in most cases, they usually want the sellers to drop their prices. That means they will say to them, listen, I'm interested in the property, but I can afford this amount. And now the seller has to budge down or has to go down and be like, nah, I can't do that. And then there is that problem over there. And then it's going to be a clash. So usually that's what affects realtors or real estate agents. And what happens is, as a real estate agent, what happens, you are not selling at that moment. Maybe you have sold 5 houses or have 5 properties. Now you are spending money to go to viewings, to go to mandates, go to check properties, and maybe on the side you are doing other things. You are attending some programs and just to learn. Your money goes down. You are losing money, but there is no money coming in. It becomes a problem. That's why sometimes if things are that bad, you end up not having any money to go to any viewing, whatever. At the end of the day, you end up not calling because you are not going to be able to go to that place because you don't have money. Totally don't have money. Anyway, let's get to it.
At all, because look at me now. Haven't made a sale, but I'm crossing fingers and keeping my hopes up that soon something will come up and someone will make a purchase. There are a couple of promises, but with real estate, you never celebrate until we put pen to paper. And even after we've put pen to paper, anything can happen. So you don't celebrate up until that property has registered. So yeah, that's currently what I'm experiencing now. And I've been speaking about my daughter not being well a lot in my vlogs, but thankfully we've changed pediatricians, found a great pediatrician, and he found what the underlying issue was, and we're currently dealing with that. She's currently very healthy. I haven't seen her so happy and bubbly in a while, so I'm really happy about that. The medication is working, so she's all the way in Cape Town. So I didn't get your name, but thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. So she watches my channel and she asked my colleague if she knows me, and then actually we work in the same office. So then she asked me the question if working with white people, if I found working with white people intimidating, or do I feel like I need to work twice as hard because I'm black? And I want to answer those. And actually, this is not the first person to ask this on my channel. Well, she wasn't asking on my channel, obviously she was asking through my colleague, but
you see, when you ask a question and you use the word intimidated, for me it's actually, I don't like it when you phrase it like that, or when the person phrases it like that, because guys, I'm not afraid of anyone, or I can't fear anyone. I can't be intimidated by anybody, especially if it's a human being. I cannot allow that to happen. Otherwise, there are things that are going to happen if you allow yourself to be intimidated by a certain race or by certain people. It's going to make you work. It's going to make your work very difficult. It's going to make your confidence to drop down, because immediately, if you are thinking of a white person and then you are like, yo, white person, yo, I'm going to a property to a white person, and then you end up losing confidence. Even if you have made some sales under you, or you've got sales under you, because of you have allowed the person to actually take advantage of you, of your fear or of your intimidation thing. I don't think we should be afraid of anything or should be intimidated by anything or anyone. Because when you get into real estate and you do what you want to do, this is all about you at the end of the day, in terms of putting money on the table or food on the table. At the end of the day, you are entering into the space because you want to be better. You want to be a person who is a great or big or maybe even better real estate agent. Okay, so we all learn. But anyway, that is all I'm saying. Don't be intimidated.
I have received DMs on Instagram where people say most of my colleagues are white. How do I find my requirement? So, and some people will say that most of my colleagues are white, and how do I find my way around that? Is it not intimidating and all of that? It's not at all. We're like one big family, and I really appreciate my colleagues. They're very supportive.
I think there is a part I jumped, which is very important, guys.
And some people will say that most of my colleagues are white, and how do I find my way around that? Is it not intimidating? It's not a must. I haven't had to speak Afrikaans in order to sell property, so no.
Now, when she answers this, there was a question that was asked to her. The person asked and said, is it the is it the requirement for you to speak Afrikaans to be in a real estate or to work for a real estate agency that has white people? What are you asking? What is going on? Why are you even asking that question? Afrikaans. We are not in apartheid here. Okay? This is not a requirement. I know it's not a requirement. And if there is any agency, they say Afrikaans is a requirement, I don't know what are you eating or what are you smoking. Okay, unless maybe your agency is all about white people, then I can understand. But it cannot be saying, we cannot say because it's a white person thing, and then the Afrikaans is a must. Why? Why is that? No. Actually, that question should not even come up, to be honest with you guys. Okay? Anyway, Afrikaans a requirement. What are you talking about? Anyway.
It's absolutely not a requirement. So, and some people will say that most of my colleagues are white and how I'm related of working with white people a lot. And to answer the question is, in the beginning, yes, I was very intimidated because I had never interacted with white people on a daily basis. So it was very intimidating at first, and it was hard for me with the cold calling because the area I work in is not predominantly white, but there are some. It's just a mixture. It's a very dynamic area. I work in a very dynamic area, so it was very intimidating when I'd see the name and it was a white person, and it was difficult for me to contact them. But then I realized that it honestly doesn't matter what your skin color is, as long as you are knowledgeable with the information that they require or that they need, or you are knowledgeable in your field or as a real estate agent, and you can apply, or you can answer their questions properly and give them the right advice and be professional, presentable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, as long as you can sell their property and you have their best interest at heart. It honestly doesn't matter what color your skin is, because
it's all about doing the work. It's all about doing and finishing the work, doing your work well. That's all it matters. No color here. Please, guys.
At the end of the day, they want to sell the house and you also want them, and you also want to help them sell their house, because at the end of the day, that is your salary. So it took me a while to realize that, but at the end of the day, I did realize that it honestly doesn't matter what color you are, as long as you can do your job properly and professionally. Although I did experience, I'm going to be honest, I did experience a racist incident where I had a seller, and there were two agents on the property, which I was one of them, and the other gentleman was a white man, and we were marketing the property. I eventually find the purchaser. Purchaser signs the offer to purchase. They qualify for a bond and everything, and this was my second sale, so I was still a rookie. I let the seller know that the seller was white. I let the seller know that I found a purchaser, and I have an offer to purchase. And he says, okay, no problem, send it through. And I send it through to him via email. He was excited when I spoke to him over the phone. I sent it to him via email. Mind you, I had never met the seller. I'd only spoken to him over the phone because there was tenants in the property. So I'd only spoken to him over the phone and listed the property over the phone. I sent him the offer to purchase, give him 24 hours, and I call him to find out if they managed to sign the whole offer. So this is him and his wife now. He says to me, no, they need to think about it. They'll get back to me, I shouldn't worry. Okay.
You see, guys, that's why it's very important as agents, even though it's difficult sometimes for these owners to allow us, to go to their properties and see them, because you see, the reason why they are going to act the way they are going to act, as she's going to explain, it's because they don't know her physically. They know she's a black person, but they don't know her like this. I can tell you that chances are, maybe if they were to see her, if they saw her like this, maybe their attitude might be different. All right? Maybe they are just thinking she's one of those girls, who came from wherever, whatever. They are just taking chances, and all of it in terms of real estate. But I believe, guys, when person sees you like this, it becomes better for them from their side. Which I also want to say that the real estate agents, property owners, not agents, property, but the real estate property owners, they must allow agents to come to their properties. Even if they don't go to the property, at least meet them, see them. Let's see each other at least for 5 minutes, and then we can go our ways. Simple as that. Just to make things easy so that you can know who are you dealing with. Not this thing of you haven't seen me, I haven't seen you, and then it ends there, and then when the deal is happening, now you're because you haven't seen me, The only thing you know it's black, and you think that this one, whatever, you can just do whatever you want. Let's take a listen.
Okay, cool. At this point, because I was a rookie, the desperation was palpable. I was so desperate. The desperation was raw. This was my second property, so there I am excited that, oh no, I found an offer to purchase. I got an offer to purchase. Okay, second day passes, third day passes. I call late in the afternoon, find out if they're going to send the offer or what is going on. He sounds irritated now. He says, no, don't worry, don't, just calm down, I will respond. Mind you, an OTP has a date to an expiry date. Thank goodness I hadn't put an expiry date, because then it would have expired and you probably would have chucked it out the window. Fourth day now, call in. At this point, I'm in tears, very desperate, questioning everything I have done. If there's anything that I've done wrong, why aren't they signing the offer to purchase? Why aren't they countering? What is going on? I contact him. He is pissed. He tells me to F off, leave them the F alone. Why the F do I keep contacting them? Blah, blah, blah. At this point, he's speaking to me in Afrikaans. Now he doesn't want to speak in English anymore. Eventually, he hangs up on my phone. He said the most derogatory terms, and it broke me. I literally just hung up.
When they start using Afrikaans,
and I was in tears. I had been in tears for the past couple of days, but then after that call, I was just broken. It hurt me so much. It cut so deep. And I really couldn't believe that I was experiencing racism, because I have never experienced racism like on a personal level, like directed to me. It was so sad. And I broke down and cried, and then I find out the tenants give me a call. They let me know that the white agent has actually brought the same person that has signed the offer to purchase to the property to come and view. At this point, I was a rookie, so I sent him my purchaser's details, which is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep the page with the purchaser's information, obviously, and only send him the other pages with the purchasing information and purchase.
This thing that she's talking about, it does happen actually. Even now, I think it's worse. What happens is you list the property, and then, but on her case, it was a client base. That means he had a batch, he had a buyer and everything. But nowadays, what they do is you call someone, then they give you their property, you list the property, you put it online. There is another agent that will see the property. What they will do, they will call you and pretend as if like they are buyers. They want to buy the property, they want to see the property. Especially also if it's a rental, they will say we want the property, whatever, and then they will ask you to confirm if the property is in the area or is in this type of an area. That means they will say, if your property is in Momoreleta Park, they will say, please, I wanted to confirm if the property is in Moreleta Park. We are interested in the property. And then you say yes. That's all they need nowadays. And then after some time, you hear the owner or the seller, it's either calling you, usually they don't call you, they send you a message on WhatsApp, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., they will be like, the property was taken, you can remove the property. You will know exactly what is happening there. Because after those guys, they call you, they are interested, they will say to you, all right, thank you, let me talk to my husband. There is no husband here. They will go away, and then they will call that owner, and they will tell them, we've got a client for your property, and then boom, it's gone. That's what they do these days. And these days, I think it's worse. I'm sorry, but I think it's worse. It seems like they are using us to put the property online, and then somebody who is a other color, when they see it, because they already have people who are buyers. They already have them. They've been there for some time. They already have a database of every person who wants to buy. And if they see your property, they trick you, and then if you are tricked, gone. Anyway,
this price. So I sent him everything, including the purchaser's information. So he took that information and gave it to the white agent and told the white agent to take my client through the property and that he would only sign that agent's offer. And I'm assuming because the purchaser really wanted this property, he told her that if she didn't sign his offer, then they weren't going to accept my offer. And obviously this person wanted the property. I probably would have done the same. And they went through with him. And I was so livid. I called the agent and let him know that if he dare sign an offer to purchase with my client, I would make sure that I sue his company. At this point, I didn't even know what I was speaking about. But I was so pissed. And I let him know that we'd sue the company. Harcourts would make sure that we get our commission because we signed an offer to purchase first. And then I called my manager in tears at this point and I let her know what was going on and I asked her if she can intervene and maybe just speak.
Now, I want you to hear this part here, right? That thing is happening, offer to purchase, they don't want to sign unless it's the other agent offer to purchase, and then she calls or she talks to her manager, who is a white person. Now, listen to what she says then. Just sometimes, guys, anyway.
To the seller, and to my surprise, the seller was so sweet with my manager because she could speak Afrikaans and she sorted everything out. He sent the offer within 15 minutes of her speaking to him, and it was just proof for me that he didn't want to deal with me because I was a black person. And so yeah, that was one of the situations that really almost took me out of this industry. I almost resigned after that situation, but I didn't let it define.
You see, this is the bullying I am talking about sometimes. You don't allow people to bully you, man. Like you don't allow people to bully you, nothing, none so ever. She did well by contacting the manager. Because these people, they were bullying her, they were making her feel small, they were making her to give up. They wanted her to be like, yeah, no, because of it's white people, yeah, and then I'm gonna stop, and then yeah, it's over. You know, they could have taken her out of the industry, as she says, because of their bullying tactics. That's bullying, bro. And we are not supposed to allow these guys, okay? We are not supposed to allow this. I know we are agents. Sometimes we become sweet. Sometimes we become like, I don't want to use the word puppet, but sometimes we are like sweetie, you know, customer always righty and all of that. And people, they take advantage of that and they sit here and they want to do things that they would not do if it's their color or if it's their race. You know, they will bully us if we don't put our foot down. To be honest with you, if you ask me, if it was according to me, I would do this in a hard way. That means if a person is rude to me, I'm making a call to them, they are rude to me, I will hang up. If a person is doing something that is out of order here in terms of purchase to offer, and they are trying to bully us, they are trying to move us around, we can deal with them decisively. We can put our foot down and say, you are not doing this thing because you guys are taking advantage. Because when people come into the industry, they are still learning. Remember, we were deprived these opportunities. They are still learning, we're still learning, and they want to take advantage of that and bully us and want us to just flow with everything they decide to do. And we will just sit there and watch them and just allow them to do whatever they want to do, which I don't think we should be allowing, guys. I know we are ngangering. I know we are begging and be like, yeah, we are desperate and whatever. No, guys. We have to be strong people. We have to put our foot down, especially if you are a person who've made sales before. If you have made 3 sales, 4 sales, 5 sales, 7 sales, you should not allow anybody to bully you because you've got experience in this thing. You have made some sales. You are not just an agent. But if you are a rookie or you are still new as an agent, even then, you are not supposed to allow anybody to bully you. Because every person starts somewhere. We've got for foundations, guys. Right? I'm not also saying that everything we must expect everything to be sweet, nice. There will be challenges, there will be problems, but we cannot allow anybody who does it intentionally and bully us intentionally. No, we cannot allow that. Okay? And everybody starts somewhere. We are still learning, still growing. Give us a chance. Okay, if you give us a mandate to sell your property, make it easy for us. Don't be otherwise here because you saw your friend who is a white person. Now you want to take me out because I'm black. Really? Nah.
Find me, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick myself up, dust myself off, and move on. And I'm not going to paint all white people with the same brush. There are white people that I've worked with that were amazing, that were respectful and treated me.
Yeah, when she talks about white people who are not all white people are bad, yes, that is actually true. I've experienced a white person who I've listed their property. She was nice. She actually ended up speaking, I think it's Tswana or Sotho or, Sipitori or something like that. I was so surprised because she was laughing, explaining things to me, why I'm moving, and explaining things, the things are not good, whatever, I want to move, whatever. We ended up having a conversation, a very nice conversation. She ended up telling me about her family, whatever. It was a good conversation, a white person. There are white people who are good out there. White people who understand what we are doing. White people who understand that we are in this life together. There's nothing we can do. Nobody's going anywhere. We are all here. So we just have to adapt and we just have to love each other. Okay, not love each other because I don't think that will ever happen. But tolerate each other for the sake of business, for the sake of working together. Anyway, that is just what I wanted to say.
Like a professional agent, and knew that I'm the professional in this situation and they should take advice from me. And in a more recent situation where I was a black agent and there was a white agent on the property, the white agent got fired because they weren't doing the job properly. They weren't giving feedback. They weren't bringing clients to view. They weren't advising on the price. So she just listed the property and disappeared. And the seller got so pissed. The seller was white and that was a white agent. And I was doing my job properly. The property was overpriced and I was advising my seller and I was giving her feedback after every viewing. I was making sure that I was marketing the property on Facebook. And at the end of the day, she fired the white agent and said, you know what, I'm going to give you an exclusive mandate because you are doing your job.
You see, simple. It's not complicated. It's not a lot of things. You get a property, you list the property, you make sure that you do what you're supposed to be doing. That is to market the property. That means it is possible that when property owners or the one that you have a property with, when they go through social media, Facebook, or if you are on TikTok, if you are on Twitter there and everything, they see their property in those platforms. Trust me, they will trust you and they will see that you are doing your job. And I've always said to agents, guys, what we are doing as agents, besides if there is an OTP happening, there is a deal happening or a rental, whatever happening, the main thing we do as real estate agents, it is to market the property. You cannot tell me, guys, that you can be able to sell 100 properties. The only thing you do is just you list the property on Property 24 and then you take the property, put it on the company's website, and then the other thing you do what? Also, they post your property on the Facebook of the company you work with, and then it ends there. You think that your property will just happen miraculously. I repeat, it's gonna take long. You will be discouraged. You have to be on all social media platforms advertising. Okay? And when property owners see their property somewhere, they will know that I'm working with somebody who is working. Okay? And if there is a viewing, actually, you just have to, let them know even before it happens and after it happens. The viewing went this way and went this way. The person was not interested because of that. Like updating them, like being in interactive mode with them. If that's a good English, I don't know. But yeah, you keep on making sure that, because what you are doing, you are creating or building a track record, a good track record with that client. Okay? And when you build that, when they look at you, when they look at your track record, especially if you find problems, maybe it's an agent versus an agent, and then they look at your track record, they see that you are doing your job very nicely. And the property owners that you are working with very well, okay, they are going to refer you. Other people, they will have their friends. We will be like, I want to sell a property, I want an agent, and then they will refer you. Why? Because you were doing your job. And I'm not saying that we should be doing more than, for example, white people, or maybe more than other colors or races for us to be recognized. No, it's very simple. Just do what you're supposed to do. Simple as that. No more money. Don't do more than every race, and then you say you think that they will recognize you. No. All you do what you're supposed to do. Do your job. That's it.
Job properly. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what color your skin is, but how you're doing your job. And if you have the correct knowledge and I just be honest, in most cases when I don't know something, when I'm being asked at that moment, in time, I'll just tell them that I don't know. I'm going to ask either a senior in my company that has been there longer than me, or
I've always said, I was talking to one of my colleagues, Jen, I think she asked me that question. We were just doing a role play, because she asked me, if somebody asks you a question about certain things, how do you respond if you don't know? Okay, guys, don't lie. Don't say this and that. Don't lie. If you don't know, just say don't know. If you don't know, okay, you may not say I don't know, but you can just say, listen, I'm going to talk to my colleagues, okay, and just to check for you this information, okay. I can, maybe if you know a bit, you can just say, I know just this information, a bit of it, but I'm gonna go and check for you, then I will confirm with you via WhatsApp or via email. Okay, don't be like there and sit there and behave as if you know everything and you don't know everything. If the question is too much for you, just say, listen, I will come back to you, let me go back and do some just to confirm. Okay, for example, maybe if the client is asking you about rates, about electricity, water and stuff like that, if you know that you have the information somewhere, don't just say, I think it's somewhere 5,000, and then when later they think it's 5,000, when they find out it's actually 2,000. Okay, so tell them, I'm going to check for you, I do have the information somewhere, I will write a message for you, and then I will tell you that information. Don't even if you see that you don't know, don't pretend as if you do. You will have problems.
I'll do my research properly before I give them the answer, because it's best to be honest, unlike lying. And in the beginning, as a rookie, I thought that was the way to go, that you just make up an answer, and I realized no, actually you need to be honest with your clients, because that's where the respect comes from being honest. Honesty is the best policy. So professionalism, honesty, and honesty, just being efficient and good at your job is all that matters. I mean, we live in South Africa, you will come across rude people, not even just racists, rude people of any color. You'll be cold calling and someone will be having a bad day and they will swear at you, or they'll just go off on you because probably you called just after something bad has happened or something very irritating has happened to them, and you will think, okay, this person's racist or this person is very mean, and it's not you at that moment in time. They're just having a bad day. And I'm still struggling to overcome the fear of cold calling, but I realize that it's not my fault at the end of the day. They're just going through whatever they're going through, and I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to put food on my table, and that's all that matters. So to all my African people, my black people who want to join the industry, don't be intimidated. At the end of the day, you will get proper training, depending obviously on which company you join. You'll get proper training and you'll be able to do your job properly, and you'll be able to do your job confidently. And as long as you're doing it properly and you're being honest and you're professional, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. You will come across hurdles. It's in every industry, but
I remember I had an experience when it comes to cold calling, people being rude. I called a guy, he's a white guy though, And then I was like, hello, my name is what, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like to me, don't you think, like he was very relaxed, but he was asking me some questions. He was like, don't you think that if I wanted to use you, to help me, I would have called you? Then I was like, yeah, that is why I'm calling, just to find out if maybe at this moment you need help when it comes to your property. He was like, yeah, you guys, you like to use me or use us, you want to make money out of us. And then he ended up saying, yeah, go and find a job at the petrol station. And I'm like, what is wrong? On that day, trust me, I stopped calling. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going home. And I think I didn't go home, but I went to the mall just to refresh, And then, but guys, you must not be hard on yourself. If you have an experience like that and maybe it gets to you, just relax. Take a walk, go outside, grab a snack and just relax and come back afresh, because these things actually, they do happen. When it comes to real estate, as an agent, you must know, guys, you must expect these type of things. Okay, people, they will be rude, you will experience all these things. Unfortunately, that's how the industry is. And even if maybe you are not you are not calling, other people, they might say it's better maybe if the insults or maybe the rudeness, it's on a WhatsApp, or email or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is what we experience as real estate agents. Okay, so racism, it might happen to you, it might not happen to you, and all of that. Other people do experience it. It's how you handle it, guys, because whether we like it or not, we will find it somewhere, somehow. Okay?
Don't be afraid to work with anybody because of your skin color or because you are intimidated. Don't be intimidated. It's just all about what you know and what you can do for the client, because at the end of the day, they just want their household and you want their household, so you have the same interest at heart, and that's all that matters. So I've worked well with a lot of white people. That's the only incident I came across that really honestly, I don't want to lie to you, it crushed me. It's the beauty of filming with my phone. I keep running out of space, guys. I think it's time for me to wrap it up.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something out of this. If you want to become a real estate agent, you must know, guys, there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, the more you grow in it, the more you become better, the more you make sales, the more people know you, it becomes better. You will end up not calling people, they will end up calling you because you are up there. So you must not be intimidated, guys. You must not be afraid of anyone as long as you are a human being. Remember, at the end of the day, I know people, they look at agents and look at them as like desperate people, okay? But we are not desperate people. We are out there just like anybody else who is offering a service to you, who is saying to you, listen, I am interested to help you. I know you have trying to sell the property and maybe you are in a position where you are using an agent. I am here for you to help you. And also on the other side, as agents, when you get that opportunity, let's use it to our best ability. Go out there, do your thing. If you want to work with someone, just do something so that you become a professional to that property owner, so that next time when they think of doing anything, at least you can create relationships and stuff like that. And I know that when the time goes on, this thing of relationships is gonna end, to be honest with you guys. People, they will work with people, I don't know for what reason, but they will work with people who are somehow, trust me, it's gonna change. So at this moment, just make sure that you grow yourself, you learn things, you are one step ahead in terms of technology, and stuff like that. At least you grow yourself. But don't be intimidated. We are all human beings trying to make a living. Sharp, afraid.